I took Jax's harness off here, kind of giving him a break. I don't do it too often because if you think about it, his ID is on the harness, and I don't want to take that off too often. But it's been just wet and miserable, and he hasn't gone outside for 3 days. I also haven't made a video in 3 days, although I was up like 6 videos, so that's kind of what I wanted to do, was have that lag in my videos. And now I've kind of gotten rid of it again, so it's time to make a video. But I will say that it's not been pretty outside. It's been cloudy and dreary here, and I'm really looking forward to getting south here. But I've got a bunch of updates that I want to share with everybody. The main thing I want to talk about is getting work done on the RV itself, and kind of let people know how I do that in an RV. This is the first time in several months that I've been on the road and I've needed RV work, but this is something planned. I just didn't know where I was going to get it done. So what do I do when I'm looking for mechanic work? What I was going to do is get the brakes fixed up front and get the rotors replaced as well up there, and also look at the rear shoes. But here's what I do. I get into a small town like this, and I look in the phone book or I Google, and I stay away from the big places like Midas, Pet Boys, all of the big car places. I do that on purpose because I'm in a unique situation. I'm living in an RV, and all of my stuff's in my RV, and I don't have a home to go to while they work on the RV, so it's kind of a really unique situation. But I call up these little mom and pop small shops, and I say, hey, look, I'm in an RV. First of all, I don't have a lot of money, so anything extra that you find, you're gonna have to talk to me first before you do any extra work. I really only want the brakes done. But I live in the RV. I have my cat with me, so while you're working on my RV, me and my cat are going to be in your lobby. So you kind of have to find really open-minded mechanics, and some of these shops have been really good to me on the road. Some of them haven't been very good. I'm going to be here an extra day as they're closing. It's about 4 o'clock, and they did not get as far as they wanted to, but I also understand that. So what I do is I talk to the mechanic, and the mechanic at this particular shop, which I'm not going to mention anymore, I'm just not going to list out names anymore, but he totally understands the fact that I'm in no hurry. And I told him, I like to tell them, look, I understand how these businesses work. When you guys get customers that come in that have the pockets full of money and they want to pay and they want to do this, I understand. Go ahead and put my RV on off to the side and go take care of what you got to take care of. They make a lot of money on alignments here, so when those pop in, they just stop, run over, do those real quick, and get them out of here. So we didn't get as far. We did get brakes. They're still going to work on rotors, and we're still going to look at shoes tomorrow. But they're totally okay with me boondocking here on their property commercially overnight, which is a great opportunity. And I know if I list that company, that some people might try to tell on me or tell on that company. So that's the main reason why I can't reveal the company, because they're being really nice. You still have to find somewhere that's okay with you bringing in your RV that you live in full time. Are you ever going to get comfortable? I have stuff I got to talk about, buddies. I know, lay down. I'll pet you and I'll talk, okay? And you're getting fur all over the place too, and my nose itches. So part 2 would be solar. So I'm having a solar issue. Obviously, it's gray and cloudy and gloomy and rainy, and the sun hasn't come out for 3 days, and I'm at 12.1 volts on my 4 batteries. Never seen anything lower than 12.5 previous to a couple days ago. You're really clingy. Holy cow, man. Ow, that was my eyeball. So 12.1 scares me. That's below 60%. That's the lowest I've ever seen it. There's just no way to recharge it when you're boondocking, right? And I anticipated this. People that are not from the Northwest don't understand that this is the way it's going to be here. That's why I'm getting out of here. But they've got 6-7 more months of this stuff. They just won't see the sun. They just won't see the sun. Solar is, you can just put solar away, just cover it up and not use it. But I don't plug into power, so what are my other options? Well, my options are to run the generator. So for the first time yesterday, I really tried to run the generator. I ran it for a good 6 hours. And here's what I found out about my generator. I have a generator problem. My generator has low voltage output. As in, when you run the microwave heats at about 1/3 or 1/4 of what it would normally be heating when I'm plugged into a regular wall outlet, shore outlet, park, RV park, extension cord in someone's house, whatever. When I plug in my speed charger, and my speed charger is just a Schumacher speed charger, plugged in at one end of one battery, and then 4 batteries over, the other end is on the other end of the other battery, so it's charging all 4 of them. And that's worked really well when I'm plugged into power to kind of speed charge the battery. But when I'm running the generator, for some reason, it doesn't work at all. The volts don't change on the meter. When I go outside and look at the actual dial of it, it hovers between 50% and then goes past 100 all the way to full charge, and then just kind of does weird stuff. The voltage running off my generator is bad. Now, that's not really like an internal tune-up type thing on the generator. That's a power regulation problem, and if you could break into it, and if you could find a part like a new power regulator for a 31-year-old generator, yeah, good luck. Man, my nose is just itching like crazy because your hair's flinging everywhere. So I don't really know what I'm going to do about that. All I know is the generator does not serve the purpose that I need. It's just extra weight right now. And I may end up one day, not anytime soon, but one day I may rip that thing out of there and put in something new, quieter, more efficient. So that's something but that's still something I have to deal with. The other problem is the water heater. The same exact problem with this water heater as the last one before I replaced it in my other Tioga. The switch up front here does not work often. You switch it on, it does not fire up the water heater. Leaving it on for an hour thinking it might just eventually turn on, no, that doesn't work. The only way I can kind of jerry-rig it to work at times is to go on, off, on, off, on, off, on, off, on. And then if it doesn't pop and turn on, then try it again. On, off, on, off, on, off, on, off, on. Do that like 6 times, and maybe on the 7th time it'll fire up, and a half hour later I'll have hot water for a shower. That's not as big as an issue as it really sounds, though, because I don't need a water heater. I can always use my solar shower, put that outside, or throw it up on the roof with some water, heat that up, or even heat up some water on the stove and fill that, and then find a way to kind of hang the solar shower inside the shower. At least I have the shower in there, you know. I didn't have that when I was in a van. So, not a big worry, but eventually it looks like I'm going to have to replace the water heater or have it replaced, and I'm not looking forward to that a whole lot. Yes, I stopped petting you for a second. It's going to be okay, though. It's going to be okay, Mr. Cuddles. What's all this? I don't want that. You can keep that. You can just keep all of that. So yeah, those are my updates. Technically, I was going to be past the Washington State border by now, but getting the 2 front tires on tomorrow. So every month after that, I'm going to get 2 back here, 2 back here. You just, man, I got you. You're okay. It's going to be okay. I got you. Get the brake situation fixed. It'd be great to also have them look at the back brakes, take off the drums, look at the condition of the drums and the shoes so that I know what to expect and when those might be going out as well. Basically, yeah. So brakes, tires, and figure out the solar situation. Might have to add another solar panel here. Might have to find a way to tilt the panel that I have or tilt both panels. But I'm going to have to go find an RV park tomorrow and just be plugged in for 24 hours to speed charge my batteries, you know. So, okie dokie. I love this big cuddle bug. He just sits here on my lap while I watch TV, you know. Just doesn't, as long as I'm petting him, he's fine, but if I stop petting him, then I get whacked in the face, and he's like, hey, get back here to petting me. He lets me know. I stopped petting you. What are you going to do about it? Not going to do anything, are you? I consider what I've been doing the last 3-4 days not really video worthy, although I do want to get caught back up and at least have a 3 to 7 day lag on my videos, so that as I'm kind of going traveling, there's not going to, you know, not going to have any problems of, you know, physically recording from where I'm at and having problems or issues on the road. So I will still try to keep a fresh video, or at least an update every couple days. Maybe even go back to once every day if I ever get caught back up and I'm doing awesome stuff every day and I have time to edit all the time. But without power, I'm not going to be editing tonight, not going to be charging a whole lot, not going to be watching TV or anything, just reading books and hanging out with Mr. Kitty here. And then I'll give you guys an update on what all happens with the brakes. So take care. Your tongue's sticking out. Show them your tongue. Why is your tongue? Oh, did it go back in? Did it not fit for a second? I love this cat. He's so cute. So cool. Ugh, ugh. You struggling? Are you struggling? Okay. Say bye-bye. Say bye-bye. I'm out. Burgers! Talk to you guys in a few days. Hey guys, Jack's here, along with his human servant Eric. Thanks for watching our RV channel. If you liked the video, give me a thumbs up below. Don't forget to watch all of our other videos. We got some great material out there. Subscribe to our channel so you can get the latest updates here on the road. Can you say hi? Talk to you guys later.